Ladies and gentlemen, good day. It's a fine and beautiful day. My name is Monica Kamunde, aka Magical. I change people's lives by offering financial advice and financial solutions. Um, a few days ago, we started a conversation about money, and we've been getting inspired by a few of the big five animals. So far, we have managed to get tips from the lion, the elephant, and the leopard. Today, I'd want us to use the rhino as one of the animals which will help us to manage our finances better. So, the rhino has very diverse personalities because at some point the rhino can be very calm, then at times it's stubborn, it can be curious, but also it can become very aggressive, and especially when threatened. I also noted that the rhino has a very poor vision or eyesight, and hence the reason for its aggressiveness when under threat. The other, I think I saw somewhere that the rhino can actually run to at a speed of almost 30 miles per hour. And so that ability to charge at its threat, it's its biggest strength. So as individuals who are trying to manage our finances better, what trait or lesson can we pick from the rhino? It is that we need to charge down our debts. Debt has become a major concern because if not well managed, it can lead to financial crisis and eventually to financial, emotional situations that affect our health. There are people who've fallen into the debt trap and have ended up financially very unstable. So, when we're talking of debts, not all debts are bad. There are two kinds of debts. There's the good debt and there's the bad debt. So bad debts are largely debts that are for things that depreciate in value or assets that depreciate in value or for consumables. So most personal loans are for consumables. So you find people taking loans for food, for clothes, um, for holidays they cannot afford, as well as depreciating assets that do not have the potential to gain value. So those are bad debts. And some of the characteristics of bad debts are they are very, sometimes they are very expensive because they come at a high interest rate. And mostly they could also be occasioned by peer pressure, where people take on loans uh, because their friends have taken the loans and they want to keep up with that lifestyle. The other kind of debt is the good debt. These are debts that are there to grow your wealth and increase your income. So they are debts that are used on things that have the potential to grow in value or to help you increase your potential income. For instance, if you take a mortgage loan, that's a loan that is used on an item that has the potential to increase in value. If you take a loan, let's say a student loan, it is assumed that that will help you, that your income has the potential of increasing, and hence it's a good debt. So, bad debt is the biggest threat to your financial stability. But in as much as we're talking of good debt, moderation is key, because if even the good debts, if not well managed, can actually turn into bad debts. So then the question is, how do you make debt work for you? How do you manage your debt better? The first thing is that only take on a debt or a loan that you can afford. Don't take on a loan because you qualify for it. I have seen sometimes institutions that are offering loans, they will send you a message and tell you, congratulations, you qualify for up to a limit of 500,000. It means you qualify, but can you afford the loan? So ask yourself, can I afford that loan? The second thing you need to do, if you have to take on a debt, it must be used for your long term goals and not for consumables. Your long term goals could be you want to set up a mortgage, or you want to buy a piece of land that you will eventually build. The third thing you need to do, if you have to manage your debt better, you need to shop around for better rates and also better terms. Every debt comes at a cost. There's no free money out there. So shop around for better rates, as well as understand the terms and conditions in that loan that you're taking up. The other thing you need to do is that if you are in debt, you need to get out as quickly as possible. Because the longer you drag with the loan, the more expensive it becomes. So, having said that, what if you find yourself, you're already in a financial crisis, that your debt situation is already choking you? What then do you need to do? You have to face this situation. Number one, you must take an inventory of how much debt you have, then look at your income and also look at your expenses. Once you've become, you paid attention to that, you need to look at your then expenses. On your expenses, are there things you can strip from your expenses that you can do without for now as you sort your debt situation? You look at your balance sheet and say, this is my income, these are my expenses. So from the expenses, what can I cut down on? It doesn't mean that you stop living. It doesn't mean that you stop doing the things you do, but you need to cut down on some of those things if you are to get out of the debt situation. The other thing you need to do, you have to look at your income. Is there a way you can increase your income? We spoke about creating resilience with our incomes. Is there something you can do on the side? Is there a side hustle? Can you work overtime? Can you work part time? Is there a skill you can offer and make money out of it? Is there a service you can provide to people and make some money? Is there something you know that you can become a consultant and make some money out of it? Because to get out of the debt, you must check on your expenses as well as the income that you're making. And then the next thing, you have to stop taking on new debts until your financial situation improves. Stop taking on a debt to pay another existing debt. So you have then to focus on paying your debt religiously. And then you keep a weekly tracker to see if you're progressing, if you're winning to get out of that situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I leave you with that tip, I encourage us, let debt work for you and not you working for the debt. Thank you for joining today's session. See you in the next video. Bye bye.